and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. UNL's International Quilt Center has been in Lincoln since 1997, but the quilting community in Lincoln has been going strong for much longer than that. In fact, the Lincoln Quilters Guild is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year, and the Guild is inviting the community to its big two-day quilt show, August 3rd and 4th. Joining me now to talk about the Guild and about the upcoming show are the show's co-chairs, Sheila Green and Natalie Cummings. Thank you both so much for being with us today. Let's start out talking a little bit about the Guild and how it was formed 45 years ago. I'll let you decide who wants to tackle that one.
The Guild was formed in March of 1973 at the home of Mary Gormley, and about 25 ladies attended. Louise Howey was our first president. Our guild has grown a lot and put on a lot of shows through the years, 16 quilt shows and 11 large exhibitions. In '85, we hosted a symposium that attracted national speakers and national attendees, and 360 attendees at that symposium. And then move ahead to 1985, and that's when we started a quilt documentation project across the state of Nebraska. And that project resulted in a book entitled Nebraska Quilts and Quilt Makers. Caught the attention of Robert and Artis James, who were quilt collectors, and donated the 1,000 quilts to the University of Nebraska in '97, and then in 2008, our beautiful International Quilt Study Center and Museum building was built.
Great. So you've got quite a history of accomplishment already.
The Guild really does, yes. We also named a room at Quilt House in honor of Mary Gormley, and we donated $50,000 for that cause to the museum.
Now, why does her name sound so familiar to me? Is it because that I've been to the center, maybe saw her name there?
Mary's name is on and image, photo, are on the wall of the Mary Campbell Gormley reading room on the museum's 3rd floor. And that's where part of her collection of doll beds and doll quilts are.
Yes.
On the 3rd floor.
Yes, I've seen that. It's just lovely. And Natalie, tell us, how many members do you have now?
About 240 right now.
Wow. And what keeps the Quilt Guild going? Obviously, like a nice record of accomplishment. What's new and different with the Quilt Guild?
Well, I think the Guild has done an awful lot over the years to really bring in a lot of interesting speakers that are well known nationally and internationally, and they put on wonderful classes and have opportunities for the members just to interact with each other on a regular basis. So there's lots of friendship and good causes that we can support in the community as well. There are 3 specific community support or community service activities of the Guild, including the Quilts of Valor, cuddle quilts for babies at hospitals.
Right, given to social service agencies.
And then the Discover Nebraska, which I know Sheila has helped out a lot with quite a bit.
All right, well, let's talk about the show that's coming up August 3rd and 4th at Lincoln Christian School. What is planned for this big event?
Well, we're really excited about having our 45th anniversary, of course. So we really want to feature the many different kinds of ways that quilting has changed in the 45 years since we've had a Quilters Guild in the area of Lincoln. So we have several interesting displays that are coming. One of them is a featured award-winning quilter who just this year received a National Quilting Award through the American Quilter Society. And so some of her works are going to be presented there. We have the gem quilt display, which includes quilts that are based on the teachings and patterns of M.J. Kinman, who is well known for her specific quilts that look like gemstones.
Oh, beautiful.
And she's actually volunteered to let us show one of her newer works. And then in addition to that, we're going to display quilts of the past presidents of the organization.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
That'll be really a lot of fun, I think. In addition, of course, to all the member-made quilts.
Now, there'll also be demonstrations and lectures during the event?
Absolutely.
Yes, and in fact, I think our pride and joy of the lectures and demos is going to be a featured lecture by Jonathan Gregory, who is an assistant curator at the museum, who's going to give us a presentation about the 1970s quilts of Helen Erickson, and
Right.
Sheila's actually kind of an expert on that.
Helen was a quilter in Kansas, and her son and daughter-in-law, Ted and Phyllis Erickson of Lincoln, the family has donated some 25 quilts to the International Quilt Study Center and Museum. So we'll have 4 or 5 of Helen's quilts during Jonathan's lecture. Ted and Phyllis have also donated a large bed-sized quilt that Helen made that is a feathered star, blue and white, a spectacular quilt, and 2 smaller wall hangings for our live auction that will be on Friday evening. So we're real excited about these donations and other donations. We'll have likely 75 to 100 quilts at our live quilt auction.
Wow. Well, Sheila, I'm always curious how people get into quilting and what keeps them fascinated by this art form.
You know, peer pressure kind of got me in, I think. My friends were all already members of the Guild. I've been a member about 24 years. And quilting has evolved. I've always been more interested in more contemporary art, so I am, you know, I really love modern quilting and art quilts rather than the traditional quilts. And so as materials and supplies have evolved through the years, I think there's just so much available and out there, and great teachers and great ways that one can experiment on their own.
And how did you get started in quilting?
A friend of mine who I was working with at the time was a member of the Quilters Guild and invited me to a class, and I got involved with the Guild after that. And I think, to add to what Sheila said about why people want to be involved, I think a lot of people want to find a way of expressing themselves through some kind of an artwork.
Right.
And because quilts tell stories, just like stories do, they have an angle, they have a perspective, they have a purpose. And people want to be able to have either a utilitarian purpose for their quilt or just an artistic purpose. And people who just enjoy looking at quilts can see so much diversity and so much interest, and can look at the progression of history through all the quilts that are displayed.
All right. Well, I've noticed we've talked quite a bit about the International Quilt Study Center and Museum. It keeps coming up. Having that resource here in Lincoln, I imagine for your organization, is just a real bonus. How do you interact with the museum? What are the different ways that you involve your group in the museum?
We have regular days where we sew at the museum. They call it Quilts for Community, and so one Saturday it might be our Quilt of Valor group. Occasionally it's the Cuddle Quilt group. Discover Nebraska has had workshops at the museum, and so sewing at the museum and letting museum guests watch us sew. We have had some of our birthday parties at the museum. We offer a scholarship every year, and a number of years our scholarship recipient has spoken at a First Friday, and we've provided refreshments. And yesterday I gave a tour to our speaker that was at Quilt Guild. So I regularly do tours at the museum. So I mean, it's a big part, I think, of most all of our members' lives. It's just fabulous to have that resource here in Lincoln.
And I think people that just really are interested in going and seeing the beautiful displays that they have there, they have the reading room there and other resources that quilters can call upon if they just have questions or just an interest in looking.
So Lincoln, Nebraska, best quilt city in the world?
I would
Yes.
say yes. It is the world's largest publicly held collection of quilts. We now are approaching 6,000 quilts, and from at least 50 different countries. So yes, it is the quilt destination.
The quilt center of the universe, that's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
All right. We want to again give the details on the big quilt show that's coming up Friday, August 3rd and Saturday, August 4th. It is at Lincoln Christian School, 5801 South 84th Street. $7 for adults, $3 for children. LincolnQuiltersGuild.org is the website. And you really should check out the website if you're interested in quilting. There's so much interesting information there, membership information on how you can join the group, which I'm assuming is not all women.
We currently have 2 men members, and we have had more I think a year ago we had more, but 2 currently.
Well, Mr. James, of course, is a well-known
Michael
quilter.
James,
Yes.
yeah, Michael James is a well-known quilter. He's not a member, but he's certainly big in the quilt scene, that's
I've
for
seen-
sure.
It's for all ages,
Absolutely.
men and women. Anyone can do this, probably except me. I can't sew. LincolnQuiltersGuild.org again is the website. And don't miss the Quilt Show. Celebrate the 45th anniversary of the Lincoln Quilters Guild. Thank you both so much for
You're
being
welcome.
with us. This is great.
Thank you for having us.
And good luck with your show.
Thank you very much.
We'll see what's coming up at the Quilt Center and at other Lincoln museums and galleries as we go to break. And then we'll return with more of Out and About. Welcome back to Out and About. Jeff Mull is with us now from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Another busy summer here in Lincoln, and we want to mention one of the top events, the roller sports, is still going on.
Yeah, this is north of a $7 million economic impact for our community, so we're so happy to have the USARS Roller Sports, Roller Skating Nationals right here in Lincoln. And this is an event that's already got going for the month. We started with roller derby. We're going to go into speed skating, we're going to go into roller hockey, and then we're going to wrap things up with figure skating and just a lot of great things. And we have these folks all the way through August 5th out at Speedway Village. Brings upwards of 4,000 athletes, family, friends, officials, and again, it's north of a $7 million economic impact on our community. Something we've been hosting in Lincoln for over 25 years, and just a cool thing to go be a part of. There is admission to get in out there, but you see world-class future Olympians on inline skates.
And don't forget, it might be a busy time to go visit the Roller Skating Museum as well, which is another one of our little gems here in Lincoln.
Yeah, it is good. And one thing I will point out, while at Speedway Village, we've got Defy Gravity out there as well. So a lot of great entertainment for the entire family during the hot summer days.
Yes. Speaking of hot summer days, it's never hotter than it is for the Cornhusker State Games. I've sweated through a few of those events as a spectator.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always happy to have the Cornhusker State Games back, and competition will begin July 20th. We have the opening ceremonies going on that Friday night. Over 10,000 athletes with over 60 sports this year at the Cornhusker State Games. And opening ceremony is a lot of fun. I mean, you have the Mystery Torchlighter, you have great entertainment, we have high-end BMX, Daredevils this year. And,
All the way from Unadilla.
Yeah, all the way from Unadilla, right? Thanks for coming in. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and come on out, Seacrest Field. Just a lot of great pageantry at opening ceremonies.
Now, I know you're involved in the planning for this, so do you know who the Mystery Torchlighter is?
You know, regardless of your role at the Cornhusker State Games, there is only 3 people that know who the Mystery Torchlighter will be. I'm not one of them. I serve in a board capacity. I'm very much involved with the organization, but apparently they know that I won't let it be a secret too long. They know my history.
All right. Summer is also a great time to check out some cool cars and motorcycles, but actually Lincoln had the coolest vehicle of all this summer with the autonomous shuttle. Did you get to ride it?
Today, as
Did
we're
you really?
taping, I rode it this morning.
What did you think?
It was something that I really didn't know what to expect, but it was so smooth, so cool, and to think about the future of shuttles in Lincoln. And I hope we get a chance to bring these things home.
So we've had hundreds of people out there at Innovation Campus giving it a try. So the vehicle of the future right here in Lincoln. Well, let's talk about some vehicles of the past. We've got, or the current, I
Yep.
should say. We've got street rods kicking off at the Great Speedway Motors.
That's right, the NSRA Street Rodder Road Tour Nationals will get their kickoff right here in Lincoln, and we thank the folks over at Speedway Motors and the American Museum of Speed for hosting that. These street rodders will start in Lincoln, make their way to the Kentucky State Fairgrounds for the entire Nationals weekend. A lot of great events, automotive-wise, kick off at Speedway Motors, and people don't realize unless you're out there on the weekends, we have tours coming through this community all the time, thanks to their dedication to the automotive industry.
All right. Now, if you haven't been out there yet, here's a fun chance. You get free coffee, free donuts, and free admission to the fabulous museum.
Yeah, they do a lot of great things across our community. And Cars and Coffee at Speedway Motors, this is the first year they've done it. Great chance to interact with those having their street rods and the donuts and coffee that come along with it.
All right. European Motorcycle Night is back. You have 3 more chances to see the motorcycles down in the Haymarket. It's the first Wednesday in April through October. So August 1st, September 1st, October 1st. First Wednesday. It's August 1st, I know for sure.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah,
Right.
got to look up the dates for September and October, but it's really fun time to go down to the Haymarket, and there are a lot of motorcycles on the streets that night that people are just walking around and looking at all the cool bikes.
Yeah, some of the scooters, the vintage makes, 1979 and older, that are featured are the ones that are truly interesting to me, but people will bring down all kinds of different European motorcycles and scooters for a great event. That's something the city of Lincoln was very much behind in its when it first got going several years ago. So just great interaction in the Haymarket.
Okay. Summer also means Salt Dogs baseball here in Lincoln, and we've got some big games coming up, some fireworks we want to tell you about, in addition to the games with Wichita, Sioux City, Winnipeg, Sioux Falls, and the Texas Air Hogs. I'm not sure where they're from in Texas. Do you know?
No,
No.
they're air hogs though.
They are air hogs. We can attest to that. Now, if you want to catch fireworks on Friday nights, the nights for the fireworks displays after the game, July 20th, August 3rd, and August 10th. Fireworks are not over on the 4th of July here in Lincoln.
No, and this year we seem to have fireworks the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Fireworks shows got rained on. So, hey, Salt Dogs Baseball, great tickets all the time, whether you're on the berm or right in behind the safety of the net or over by the dugout. Lots of great opportunities for family-friendly entertainment at Salt Dogs.
And great food and drink
Oh,
and playground
yes.
for the kids.
Yes.
It's so much fun.
Something for everybody.
All right. The Bug Eaters. No, not the Nebraska football team
Okay.
from
Way back.
way back when.
Right.
These are the new Bug Eaters, and they play a different kind of football.
That's right. The Bug Eaters are a professional, we'll call it an amateur soccer team playing in the USA Soccer's 4th tier in the U.S. Premier League. The Bug Eaters FC will take on Caw Valley in an exhibition over at Beechner Field at Lincoln High on 7 p.m. Saturday, July 21st. Great opportunity for people to get in and see some great soccer. These are former collegiate players, former high school players, some European players that are traveling the circuit out there. This is pretty cool soccer, and it's important that we get behind this kind of soccer, this kind of entertainment right now, because there is a lot of growth in soccer in this community.
And certainly lots of interest right now with the World Cup going on.
You betcha.
So, okay. Another big summer event here in Lincoln is the Super Fair, and it's coming up the first weekend in August. As usual, lots of things going on at the Super Fair. You've got the food, you've got the midway, the carnival rides. It's always a great time.
Great displays, over 400,000 square feet of exhibit space and on 160 acres at the Lancaster Event Center. This is truly a family-friendly time to engage your family. Like myself, I grew up in the concrete jungle of Lincoln, Nebraska. The fair gives you a chance to interact with the rural natures of Lancaster County and our state, and so proud of what they're doing out at the Lancaster County Event Center, and just a lot of fun going on out there. The trigger for me is how many different kinds of fried food on a stick you can pick up at the Super Fair.
Do you know?
No, but it's a lot.
Why don't you go out there, try them all,
Yeah.
and then come back and report?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I got to find me a cheese Frenchie on a stick. Remember those Frenchies at King's?
Yeah.
Deep fat fried chunks of cheese. Yummy.
Pretty good.
It's my
Pretty good.
go-to.
You got to have a little mayo in there too, just give them a little tang.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Also at the event center, we wanted to talk to them about some of the regular horse events they have coming up. There's Turn and Burn barrel races, July 18th and 25th, and also August 15th. You've got your Wranglers Quarter Horse Show and your NPHC Hot Color Show going on at the same time. Both of those are July 21st and 22nd. It's a great venue to go out and see the horses.
12 months out of the year, there is not a week that goes by that they're not hosting some sort of horse show at the Lancaster Event Center.
All right, we're going to run through the farmers markets. This is a great way to get some local produce, some local flowers, some meats, vegetables, eggs, you
Baked
name
goods,
it.
kolaches, you name it.
Ooh, kolaches. Ooh, it makes me hungry.
I got you.
The granddaddy of them all, the historic Haymarket Farmers Market, is every Saturday through October 14th. Also, we forgot to mention entertainment, usually at these as well.
Yep.
You can check it out at their website. Sundays is the Farmers Market at College View. This is the first year that one's been moved to College View, and I understand it's going quite well.
It is going very well.
All right. F Street has theirs on Tuesdays through September. And then Fallbrook has started up with its farmers market on Thursdays. So they also have a couple markets coming up that are more in the fall. So don't miss your opportunity to support our local and regional farmers.
And I think there's more growth for other farmers markets. These are wildly popular, and the chance that you get a chance to go see these, not just on the weekends, but you can go visit many of these during the week, help prepare your meals for the week and get ready for the big weekend. So just a lot of great opportunities.
Yes, there are. And talking about sustainability, LES has its annual Sustainability Festival coming up. It's their 8th annual down in the rail yard.
This will be in the rail yard. The festival is focused on providing attendees with education about sustainable living in your home. Gives you a lot of opportunities to learn about energy efficiency and things like that. And this is one of their great events to engage with the community.
All right. Another big event coming up, the Lincoln Wedding Show, your one-stop shop. I have no idea what some of the latest wedding trends are. I have no idea.
Right, because they probably still do cake.
Well,
People
I think
take pictures.
so. Although I went to one last Sunday,
Okay.
they had root beer floats.
Really?
No cake. It was great.
Wow. Well, see there, you know what the trends are, right?
Root beer floats?
Okay, root beer floats. The Lincoln Wedding Show at the Lincoln Embassy Suites Hotel is a must-see for those brides and grooms out there, or to-be brides and grooms, and families planning the ultimate wedding experience.
And more guys are getting involved in this planning thing. So
Really?
it's a couples thing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I do know that's
There's
a trend.
another trend, right? Root beer floats, guys are involved.
There you go. That's
Come
why
see
there's
Diane at the wedding fair.
probably why there's root beer floats. Okay, TEDx Youth, and this is going to focus on EDGE, EDGE, explore, discover, grow, engage.
This is an opportunity to engage with great speakers and great topics. And TEDx has been going in Lincoln for several years now, but this takes it down to the youth. This will be at Lincoln High School's Ted Sorensen Theater. Very engaging experience for youth.
And it is a beautiful theater. They redid it
Yeah.
not all that long ago. Very
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. The Rail Yard is having some summer movies focusing on summer heroes. And the first one is the Justice League, July 24th. And then Black Panther
Great
on
movie.
the big screen at the Rail
Great
Yard.
movie.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah, great opportunity to grab some food from the Rail Yard restaurants, visit a clown or two that's down there doing the balloons, get your face painted, and just bring the entire family down to the Rail Yard. And great experience, great place to watch a good movie.
All right, let's go out to the Children's Zoo. We've got several big events out there. Thank your zookeepers. It's National Zookeepers Week, July 16th through the 22nd.
That's right. Tell them thanks when you're at the zoo, and make sure you stop by the Hive to write them a letter and thank them for all that they do for getting the animals ready for us to enjoy the zoo.
I have a feeling that they really like their jobs.
Oh, would have to.
Unless they, one of those penguins bites. I do know that.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, we were probably bothering it, but it's another story for another day. All right. Also, Wild Wednesdays at the Children's Zoo. On Wednesdays, they open at 10 a.m. and stay open till 8 p.m. every Wednesday.
This is actually a great time of year to be doing that because the temperatures by day have been typically pretty hot for the month of July, so a great chance to get a meal at home, head out to the zoo, and enjoy a lot of the great animal encounters. And a lot of the animals do better after the sun's starting to disappear a little bit behind the skyline.
All right. And we want to mention Brews at the Zoo coming up August 11th. This is the adults' opportunity to go out, eat, drink, and see some great animals. This is a lot of the breweries involved: Zipline, Empyrean, Thunderhead, and Lucky Bucket, and more.
And great music by AM/FM, playing some great hits from the 80s and 90s. John Leffler and that band play some incredible music, and we love what's going on with craft beer in Lincoln right now, so this is a great event to celebrate that culture.
And you can also check out the latest construction over there. We love what's going on
Pretty
at
cool,
the zoo.
isn't it, right?
Yeah, it's going to be
They're
amazing.
going to have some tall giraffes.
When is all that supposed to be done? Do you know, Jeff?
Oh, I think they've talked about sometime in 2019 rolling out different parts of the zoo upgrades, but it's going to be a longer term process of getting all of the project done. But we're excited when the animals start to make their way to Lincoln, so should be a lot of fun.
All right. We have our usual events at Morrill Hall, which is a nice and cool place to hang out in the summer. The Sunday with a Scientist on July 22nd is going to look at animal behavior.
Animals are an interesting creature. Their behaviors are different, and you get a chance to ask the scientist exactly all the questions that you'd like to have answered about those animals.
Now, Pop-In Story Time, which is designed for kids, stories, song, and movement. This month's theme, August 22nd, is ecosystems. Seems pretty advanced.
Yeah, and it's the Pop-In Story Time is built for ages 3 through 5. So ecosystems, ages 3 through 5, very interactive.
And thanks to Lincoln City Libraries for partnering with Morrill Hall on that great event. The Investigate Second Saturday Science Lab is going to look at the water under our feet.
That should be neat. Aquifers,
Groundwater,
aquifers, swimming pool, splash pads, water under our feet. Should be a lot of fun. Every three
slip and slide.
Right. Every 3 Investigate event allows you to qualify for great prizes. So the more you attend these events with your kiddos, it's a great opportunity to get some prizes at the end.
And if you're looking for something fun and free, Morrill Hall is open free on Thursday nights in July. So get out there and enjoy all the, pose with a plesiosaur.
Right. It's a
Did I say that
dinosaur.
right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Say hi to Archie out there and have a free night at Morrill Hall. A little more for the adults. Actually, it is strictly for adults 21 and over. The Science Cafe. You can eat, drink, and talk science. And this month's theme is, Jeff?
Astronomy.
Saturn's moon Titan. Familiar and
Yeah.
strange.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
With a beverage. And it's at the Happy Raven. Do you know the Happy Raven in Lincoln, Nebraska has been ranked as one of the top craft beer bars in the country
Really?
on numerous occasions.
I think they also do trivia there, don't they?
They do. It's a great chance to go down
right.
and interact in a little different atmosphere.
Rebecca Harbison, who's an assistant professor at UNL in physics and astronomy, will be the speaker for that event. So
Very cool.
I'm going to check one of these out one time because I'm somewhat interested in science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got a little. That's good.
Well, and the whole eclipse thing sort of.
Should we go
Made
get
people-
that back?
Yeah, see
Let's
if you
get
can bring that back.
I'm going to bid on the eclipse. We're going to bring it back to Lincoln. I don't know where it's going next time, but I want to get it in Lincoln.
All right, you
Okay.
work on that.
All right.
You report back next month on
Yeah,
that.
I hope I can do it.
Let's head out to Nebraska to Lincoln's great parks. We're going to start at the Pioneers Park Nature Center. Their Herb Festival is coming up. The 2018 Herb of the Year is,
Hops.
of course it is.
Of course it is. Craft beer, hops, right?
Can't have beer without hops.
Hops, wreath making, fermentation science, beer brewing, and much, much more at the Herb Festival, Pioneers Park Nature Center.
All right. Now, Jeff, if you want to try some canoeing at Holmes Lake,
Yes.
head out there Wednesday, July 25th. It's going to be kind of first come, first serve. You meet at go check out the canoe rack on the north side of Holmes Lake, and this
Right.
is all free.
Canoes, life jackets, paddles, everything. They'll give you a little education along the way before they throw you in the water. Canoeing sounds like a lot of fun at Holmes Lake. I see a lot of people. I drive through that park quite a bit. We live on the east side of town, and it's a great setting in East Lincoln, and canoeing's something that everybody can give a shot.
And kayaking as
Yes,
well is pretty
right.
popular out there as well. There's on August 8th, there's a lot of activity in a couple of Lincoln parks we want to tell you about. And if you play your cards right, you could hit both of these. So from 5 to 7 is the Lincoln Play Day at Woods Park.
Okay, 5 to
Again,
7.
this is free. And then from 6 to 8, it's Belmont in the park for another free, fun evening with food and activities and things for all ages.
So I'm going to go. Ages 2 through 92 are welcome at any one of these events, it says, right? Lincoln's Play Day at Woods Park. We're going to have fun by day, right?
Right.
Great interactive, great wellness type events.
Right.
And then we're going to go to Belmont, and you're telling me we're going to get fed.
Yep.
We're going to have some swimming going on and more details to come.
That's
a lot
right.
Of, lot of good things between those two parks.
August 8th. And you can check out all the great parks activities at parks.lincoln.ne.gov. But wait, there's more.
Okay.
Free water fitness. I understand they're packing the pools for this summer. This is free water fitness classes at some of our local pools. Irvingdale Pool has classes for adults, which is 15 and older.
Okay.
And also for youth, which is those who have completed 5th grade through 12th grade.
Right.
Belmont Pool also has classes, and Eden Pool. And you can check out all the activities at parks.lincoln.ne.gov. Entirely free. You just show up and say, I'm ready to work out in the pool.
Show up at the front desk and you're ready to go.
Yeah,
Easy.
fun stuff. Also, Parks and Rec is partnering with the Community Health Endowment on the free Move More Lincoln Wellness Series. And did you know CHE is celebrating its 20th anniversary?
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Wow.
It's a big deal. We'll be hearing more about that throughout the year. But the Move More Lincoln Wellness Series features exercise classes at the Jane Snyder Trail Center, including Zumba.
Always popular Zumba.
And then the Play Lincoln Outdoor Yoga is at 10 a.m. every Sunday in September in Antelope Park. So those will
It's free. You can just show up.
Everything
You
is
don't have to
free. That's right.
pre-register, so just show up and get some exercise.
Yeah,
a good deal.
Sounds good. And 10 a.m. on Sundays, it's still pretty not, well, it's September. It'll be
Right,
beautiful.
There's time for church before if you need to. It
All right.
works.
Okay.
Good.
Another great place to be in the summer is in the theater. The Angels Theater Company has its 4th annual First Flight Festival, and I'm involved with the Angels Theater
Of
Company,
course,
a great
yes.
organization. They have a playwriting collective, and all these plays, there's going to be 22 new short plays or monologues, all written by a local playwright. There's 3 flights, 2 regular flights, and then 1 flight that features students from Malcolm. So it's a lot of fun.
22 plays,
22 plays,
3 flights.
3 flights.
That's
And
a lot.
I'm playing a judge.
Judge Judy?
No,
No?
my judge character does not have a name. It's just judge.
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 Clever. I like it.
But I get a gavel, so
Okay,
I'm
good.
pretty pleased about
Looking
that.
forward to this.
Check out all the details. Festival passes are available. It's angelscompany.org. Girls Weekend is kicking off the season at the Lincoln Community Playhouse. This sounds like a very interesting girls' weekend because each woman hides a man on the premises, and that's not allowed at Girls' Weekend.
No, especially after they're consuming copious amounts of wine.
Yes.
This has a little intrigue and mystery going on. Lincoln Community Playhouse, and should be a lot of fun. Madcap humor. It's going to be a lot of fun going on there.
Yeah, it should be fun. They're all headed to Dot's Northwoods Cabin. Oh boy, sounds like trouble.
Dot.
Dot. All right, let's head out to Ta-da. They're doing a witty musical review called You're Perfect, Now Change.
Right, from the perils and pitfalls of the first date to marriage, children, in-laws, and the twilight years of life, this will give you everything you know about all forms of love and all the fun that happens along the way.
Sounds like fun. All right, Pinewood Bowls annual musical is coming up this month.
Yay.
We talked about it last month.
Awesome.
We want to mention the annual summer musical is Legally Blonde, July 12th through the 15th. So the Pinewood Bowl shows actually, the concert series takes a little break to let the local acting community take the stage, and it's always fun. It's always fun out there.
69 years of summer musicals, and I think Legally Blonde's going to go over really well. They've done a lot of great things in the past. They focused on the children. They focused on some of the adult stuff. I think Legally Blonde gives us a whole different look on what plays can be all about, and I really encourage a lot of people to go out and see this.
All right. The First Plymouth Church, the Aubin Music Series, has a wonderful event for everybody to get together and sing Brahms.
Brahms Requiem featuring professional soloist Tom Traney on the symphonic lead organ, and an amazing choir which includes you. It's a sing-along, like you said.
I would hope the amazing choir would drown out my particular voice, but
Give it a
yes,
shot.
it's a great free event at First Plymouth this summer. And if you saw last month's show, you heard us talk about the Veterans Freedom Music Festival and
Yep.
going, oh, I wish I had caught that. Well,
right.
it was postponed.
Too hot.
It was too darn hot.
Right.
It's now coming up Saturday, August 4th. This is going to be in the rail yard. So a second chance to see the 8th Annual Veterans Freedom Music Festival In addition to the great bands, they have a lot of information there for veterans and the public. So it'd be a great, and it's free as well.
Yeah, and it's
so.
a great celebration. We don't want to forget about just, thanking our veterans out there. This is their event. We want a lot of veterans down there in the community. Things will close out at 5:30 p.m. with the playing of taps, the retiring of the colors, so there'll be a great patriotic end to this. But some great Lincoln bands as well as visiting bands coming in, and I want to thank the volunteer committee out there that puts this great music festival together. And the change in venue going from out there on 70th Street to the rail yard hopefully will help the event survive into the future. And we really want people to get behind this event as much as possible.
And we hope the weather is nice on August 4th.
I think it's okay. It still could be hot, but I'm rolling my dice. I'm going to say sunny and 82 that day.
Oh,
Light
that'd be
breeze out of the
nice.
south at 8 miles an hour.
That'd be all right. I believe the day they originally had planned, we had a heat advisory.
We did.
So
It was well canceled. Great
all
idea.
right. And Jeff, tell us where people can go to find out more about all the great things happening in Lincoln.
Lincoln.org is our website. You can give us a call at 434-5348, and that will ring you to our visitor center at 7th and P. If you're down for the farmers market, down for an evening, our visitor center is open, like I said, during the day into the evening hours, and we'd love to help you with any of your tourism questions.
And make sure you check out the bobblehead Abe.
Bobblehead Abe is enduring the heat. We keep him watered, and he's doing really well through all of this.
You make him sound like a plant.
Well, we talked about herbs and parks, and why not?
All right. We have a lot of great summer free events here in Lincoln, including free live music almost every day of the week. Let's take a look at some of the music coming up at some of our great summer concert series. Welcome back to Out and About. Big new announcement for the Pinewood Bowl season. Beck is coming September 19th to round out the concert schedule for this year out at Pinewood Bowl. Pinewood Bowl's on a bit of a break from the concert series right now for the summer musical Legally Blonde, July 12th through the 15th. The concert series resumes after that. Here's a list of what you'll find at Pinewood Bowl and also coming up at Pinnacle Bank Arena. That's all for this month's Out and About show. I want to thank all the guests we had for today. If you missed any of the events, stay tuned. We'll be running a list again right after the show. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you out and about.